He was drugging people, so they claim, right? Because we wasn't there, but we know, it's widely known through multiple people communication. They said drugs is passed on in the at his parties. He's putting everybody through sex orgies and all that stuff, right? But all those lewd acts was against God. Read what you got. What you got? Yeah, go to Exodus and get don't commit adultery. God said those are some of the things that we're not supposed to do, right? Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
So that was one of the first commandments God gave us. He said we're not to go out and commit adultery, which we know this is just the standard of the law, and there's other sub-laws. Like you can't go to Leviticus 18. Give me Leviticus 18. And we're going to read some of the things that we're not supposed to do as far as sexual immorality. Because sleeping around with multiple partners, do you think that's cool? Growing up, did they tell you that was cool? No one ever told you, like, oh yeah, man, make sure you go hit Shaniqua, hit Tasha, don't forget Tiffany up the street. They never preached that to you? Well, me growing up, you know what they told me, the OGs in the hood that we considered OGs? Hey, make sure you go sleep around with her, sleep around with her, sleep around with her. Don't stop until you get at least 10 on your belt. And then they say they didn't think about getting married, but that's what's broadcasted in our community. So much so that now we think that, okay, when they say come to a P. Diddy party, they already know what time it is. Multiple people know what time it is. That's why they going. Read.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
So that is men sleeping with men. You agree with that lifestyle? What do you think about the LGBTQ community?
It's expanding.
It's what? Expanding. What are they preaching now, though? Who they main audience that they're trying to capture?
Gays.
Huh?
Gay people.
I mean, yeah, we know people in homosexuality, but who are the main audience do you think they're targeting now? Because could they tell you, hey, it's okay to be gay and you accept it? Who do you think was more impressionable to believe that?
15-year-old.
The kids, right? So now they're targeting kids. They're using that form of communication to do what? Target kids, right? So I got a question for you though. Is that okay? Is that preached throughout the Bible? I mean, in church, that it's okay to be a part of that lifestyle? No? I want you, who is this man? Jesus? So that cross you wear on your neck.
Right.
That's where this come from? What's going on, bro? You go to church?
That's Christian.
So what's the cross?
A crucifix.
Is it Christian? Is it Catholic? I mean, you said this is Christian.
That's a Christian.
So where did the cross come from?
Who do you believe Jesus to be?
We're gonna get it. Let's get it. Let's get. Now I don't want to tell you.
Is he white?
We're gonna
Spanish.
We're gonna read it from the source himself. Right. Revelation 1:1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
And I want you to take. You played baseball before? You ever played baseball? How many strikes until you out? 3. All right, let's play.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
It says the revelation of Jesus Christ. Do you know the root word of revelation? I'm going to give it to you. It means to reveal. So we're going to reveal to you the true depiction of what Christ looked like. Because you asked me, what does he look like? Go to verse 14. Go to verse 10.
Verse 10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day.
So John said, I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. The Lord's day is the Lord's Sabbath day, right? Read.
And heard behind me a great voice.
And he heard behind him a great voice. So if I was behind you, Vince, and I said, Vince, what you going to do? If I was behind you?
I will look back.
You going to do what? You're going to look back. So say it again.
And I heard behind me a great voice.
He said, I heard behind me a great voice. Read.
As of a trumpet.
It was loud like a trumpet. Read.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
And his voice said, Vince, his voice told John, I'm Alpha and Omega. Read.
The first and the last.
Read.
And what thou seest.
He said, John, what you see?
Write in a book.
Write this in a book. Verse 14.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So now we about to play. He said, when I turned around, I saw this man. The hair on his head, the hair on his face was white in color, woolly in texture. Does this picture have any white, woolly textured hair? Yes. Does this picture have any white, woolly textured hair? No. So if we're playing baseball, that's what? One what? That's one stripe. Read.
as like wool, as white as snow,
Uh-huh.
and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
John said, then I looked up and I seen his eyes. His eyes was as what?
A flame of fire.
When I look at this depiction, does this have any red depiction of eyes? No. What color are these eyes? What color are these? They're like green right here. But when we look at this image, and I'm not saying this is the actual true depiction, but it gives us a better context of what we read out of the Bible. His hair is white and woolly in color and texture, white and woolly in texture, and his eyes was a flame of fire. Read.
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
And his feet.
Like unto fine brass.
Like fine brass. Read what you got. Read
This is
the
the definition of wool.
We're going to read the definition of wool. Because some people say, oh, y'all just saying that. Y'all just trying to use that to try to make for your interpretation. We're going to get you the actual definition of what wool means. Read.
It says also applied to other kinds of hair, especially short, crisp, and curled hair, like that of a Negro.
Of who?
Of a Negro.
What do they call us in slavery? As niggas or Negroes, right? Afro Negroes, Africans, whatever they call it. But a Negro, we know is who? Black people. Read.
And his feet.
And his feet. So
Like
now
unto-
John said, I turned around, I saw not just his head on his hair, his eyes was red as fire. I looked down and I saw his feet. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
It was so dark. Excuse me. It said he was so brown, it looked like fine brass. What color is brass? Copper, gold. All right, read.
As if they burn.
As if, so if I burn copper or gold, what color it comes out? You can say it. What color it come out? You burn rice, what color is it? If you burn rice, if I burn white, it what? It's black. So if I see burn gold or copper, what color is going to come out? It's going to come out black. There's nothing going to change. If I take that dog tag you had, threw it in the fire, it's going to come out what? Black. It's going to be black. So if John said Christ's feet was like fine brass as if it burned in the furnace, what color was Christ's feet? What color was his legs? What color was his arms? He was a what? That's my point exactly. He was a black dude. So now who is this? You walked up and said this was Christ. So if Christ is a black dude, who the hell is this man?
Bring it up.
Uh-oh, you said no, but how?
His generation.
I want you, before you say a statement, I want you to think about this, what you're really about to say.
Generational.
I want you to think about what you're really about to say.
I don't know,
A
like-
white man, have you ever seen a white man turn black?
So it's just like, what are the five?
Get Jeremiah 14:2. We load up all the black scriptures.
What is the fire? What is
So,
the
oh, you want what you want?
fire in the back?
That's just a depiction. Don't worry about the fire in the back.
Come on.
This is just a depiction. That has nothing to do with the true image of Christ. We just read that Christ was what?
I got what you're saying.
Oh, I got a question. We just read Christ was. You said it earlier. You can say it. Ain't nobody gonna do that to you.
I believe that there's different colors of Christ.
Oh, okay. So you believe the different colors of Christ. Jeremiah 14:2, and then I want Hebrews his evidence. Or his evidence.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2.
Before I forget, what nationality was Christ? What's Christ's nationality? What did they call him? He was a what?
Talking about Jesus.
Jesus, right? What was his race? He's a, huh? I can't hear you.
What's his name?
That's Christ. What was his
That's Jesus
nationality?
Christ?
That's Jesus Christ himself. That's not his true depiction. It's a better depiction from the Bible than what you're going to get from that. But Christ's true depiction, Christ's nationality, if you didn't know, he was a Jew. Right? So we're going to read what the Jews look like. Read.
Judah mourneth,
Uh-huh.
and the gates thereof languish.
Gates mean their leadership is languishing, right? Read.
They are
What
black.
color were the Jews?
They are black.
What color were the Jews?
They are black.
There's no changing. He didn't have multiple colors.
Right.
Go to Hebrews. For it is evident that Our Lord sprang out of Judah. Our Lord is Christ. He come from the line of Judah. The Jews were what? Black. King David was what? King David. Do you know King David? You read the Bible before? What was King David? He was what? White man, black man? What do you think? What have your church told you? I know it's just shocking information because you probably never heard it before. Let's get Hebrews, read it.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
For it is evident.
I'm going to feed you with some knowledge and I want you to soak it in. But I want you to think about the questions I'm asking you. Read.
It is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So it said it is evidence. If I have evidence of something, that means what? I have what? What's another word for evidence? Uh-huh. You said what? Proof. So it is proof that Christ did what?
Sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
So it said Christ sprang out of the tribe of Judah.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.